this is very, very important. And the Kursk pocket proves, first of all, that Ukraine is still very much in this fight. As you said, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, it looked like the war was locked in a stalemate. Of course, that is still true along the eastern and the southern front. But Ukraine, with this surprise flank attack, has really opened up a new chapter. And very interesting to me that the White House is absolutely fine with this. So this Ukrainian offensive into Russia is going on with more than tacit approval from the United States and also from other NATO allies.
So how does Ukraine turn this into a foothold? How long can they hold this area? Can they expand it?
Well, that is the perfect question of what happens now. And because of the operational security around Ukraine's operation, we are going to just be guessing and watching YouTube and watching the map to see what happens. What we know so far is this incursion is about 45 miles deep and about 20 miles wide. They've been able to do it using vehicles like the U.S.-made Stryker and others to move very, very quickly. Got to mention, it shows that Ukraine's forces have been very well trained by several NATO partners, and they're really very, very capable. They're also rotating forces up to the battle edge and then back out. Very professional. But the question now is, are they going for a particular objective? Will they then consolidate? Or at some point, will they pull back? What we know is that Zelensky has said he doesn't intend to take and hold territory inside Russia. But what we don't know is how close Ukraine is to reaching their operational objectives with this invasion. We're really moving into the second week now. They may be going further north, perhaps towards a nuclear power plant, or maybe they've already made their point. We'll see.
We've seen Russian civilians, tens of thousands, evacuate that area. And it made many of us ask the question what Vladimir Putin might be preparing as he gets Russian citizens out of the way in a potential retaliatory strike against the Ukrainian military. But I know your specialty is in air power, air defense. Ukraine has F-16s now. I don't know how well trained these pilots are, but we're told they have U.S. munitions. Will those F-16s help to protect Ukrainians on the ground in Russia?
Good question. The F-16s are certainly helping to protect Ukraine. Are they doing a combined arms operation with the Ukrainian forces in Russia? We simply don't know. We have seen a couple video clips of Ukraine Air Force weapons detonation in that Kursk pocket, but we don't know what the platform is. As to the F-16 pilots in Ukraine, how well trained are they? Hey, these are really, really good pilots. First of all, they came in as experienced aviators with combat experience, and they've been through the F-16 schoolhouse. So they know not only how to fly the F-16, but how to employ it as a weapon system. And the F-16, of course, has incredible air-to-air capabilities, but mostly we're talking about air-to-ground attack and the ability of the F-16 to target Russian air defenses, including the air defenses that have been converted into ground-to-ground strike missiles for the Russians. So the F-16s definitely are opening a new chapter, and we're seeing some combined arms work between air power and ground formations in the Kursk pocket.